Good evening and welcome to Inside Jefferson Football, your weekly look inside the Jaguar football program. My name is Josh Powers. Coming up on this edition of Inside Jefferson Football, we'll take a look back at Jefferson's game against Robbinsdale Cooper from last Friday and a look ahead on a short week to Jefferson's regular season finale against Scapsa tomorrow on BEC-TV at 7 o'clock. And we'll also check in with a couple of the players in our players segment. It'll be with Sam Wanzek and Isaac Schmidt. But first, the head coach, Tim Carlson. Coach, a tough loss against Robbinsdale Cooper, but man, you guys are making these games in 2020 entertaining for these fans. 3 weeks in a row, it's been a nail-biter for you guys.
It's like you said, 3 weeks in a row, we've had the ball in their end, last drive, chance to win or tie. And, as much as we'd like to see those drives have ended differently, you have to go back to the beginning of the games. And that's where we need to get better. We can't dig a hole like we have against Waconia, Benilde, and Cooper and be down a couple of scores that early. But if you look at basically from the second quarter on, those 3 games, we've really dominated 3 games in a row. So that's good news and that's bad news, because as a coach, it's super frustrating to know that those are games that were within our grasp, and we need to clean up some things. We need to get up to a fast start. If you remember last year, it was completely opposite. We'd start off really fast, and then in the second half, we'd give up leads. So if we can combine 20, if we could play 2019 and a half, I guess, the season, we'd be pretty good. Kind of a combination, but we get the defending state champs this week, and we're ready. They're good. They're not like they were last year when they were just outstanding football team, but they're going to be very good and a good test for us. And this time we got to be ready from when the whistle blows.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights, Coach. You mentioned the valiant comeback. You were down 21 points in this game. So get to that comeback trail. You guys started it off here with a nice touchdown pass here.
Yeah, it's I just kind of stepped up in front of nicely. Good drop, zone drop, gets a good drop, and then just reads the QB. I think it's a little RPO action on their part, and Isaac just kind of sits in front of that hitch and takes it down and inside. I think is inside the 10-yard line or inside the even 5.
And that led to your first sight. You rolled with the coach, even though I was describing completely the wrong play. You knew what it was, and it was that interception which jump-started the comeback. That made it 21-7, and then you get on the board again. Here's that touchdown pass that I was talking about a moment ago, and that gets you guys to within a score here.
Yeah, typically I'm not listening anyway, that's all right. But this is what we call it, just a bubble slant. We have trips to the left. Isaac runs a little bubble. Sam Wanzek ran a slant inside and gives us some options. And because of our running game, we slowly saw those safeties creep up all night long. And that's the first time they've had to do that this year, is kind of help take away the run. And by doing that, we were able to get behind them with a slant.
Great segue from you to talk about that run game. Roosevelt Cage, Coach, just had a monster game, 37 carries, 189 yards, and you make a terrific play here to get to the end zone.
Yeah, Roosevelt is healthy, he's working hard. I think they'll give a lot of credit to the goal line right there. You see the hole, kind of jumped the guy there. But our offensive line is blocked so well, and you can see a great kick-out block by Hui Long, our guard, who's I think you have about 4 or 5 inches on Hui. He's not the tallest guy, but he's got a lot of heart and works hard. And he's just had an outstanding year for us, as has our whole offensive line. We're doing a great job on the run blocking.
You guys continue to fight. You're down 14 points late. Carter Hansen throws the third of his 3 touchdowns. He continues to have a outstanding touchdown to interception ratio, just 1 pick in this game, and he's able to get to the end zone again.
Yeah, this is kind of a little twist here that we run down by the end in the end zone, where it's an ace called ace formation. We have 2 receivers on each side, and they just run a little twist. and that's Sam again coming on an inside slant. Again, it helps having them come closer and closer for that run game. It opens up so much for our passing game. And I'll be honest, you can testify to this. We've probably the last 4 or 5 years prior, we've used the pass to help try and get our run game going.
Right.
This year it's just been the opposite with that consistent run game, and that will help us. It has helped us, and hopefully will for the next couple of weeks.
You would recover the onside kick, Coach. That touchdown, the last one to Sam there, came with under 2 minutes left. You would recover the onside kick. You throw kind of another Hail Mary, similar to what you saw a couple weeks ago against Waconia. It looks like you guys might come up with it, but ends up falling a little bit short. But valiant comeback from your side. And again, you talked about the balance, Coach. Roosevelt Cage against Benilde last week, he goes for over 200. Here on Friday, almost 200 yards. You mentioned Sam Wanzek, who we'll talk to in a minute. 3 touchdowns. Carter Hansen over 100 yards in the air. That balance continues to help you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's not an offense defense. It's 3 phases of the game that we just don't click right out of the chute. We come in offense and we go 3 and out right away. We need to move the sticks. Even we don't have to go all the way and score, but we need to get a first down or 2 of those first couple of times we have the ball, help flip the field a little bit. But the balance has helped us. The balance is, it's one of those things that we've been kind of wanting to do for a while, and this year is really coming together, the pass and the run game.
And last one on this game, Coach, a lot of times you see a team get down 21-0 and they just start throwing the football all over the field. I thought you guys did a terrific job. We mentioned earlier 37 carries for Roosevelt. You definitely didn't abandon the run, and I think it helped you in that comeback effort.
No, and it's one of the benefits of having a no huddle offense. The kids can go fast when we need to go fast. I thought all year I'll credit our offensive staff for clock management and using the clock wisely. The kids don't panic, but again, that's what we practice. They're used to not huddling. We practice. You get the ball to an official right away. They know how to do that. So it helps us in the end of games to use the clock as best we can. And again, Waconia was a clock thing. We just ran out of time, kind of. They cheated, but that's okay. But the other games, it was more on downs. Even though we were late in the game, we had the time. We just didn't get that first down or get that touchdown.
All right, Coach, we'll be back.
They did not cheat.
It was I think you guys deserved one more play at least, but I'll leave it at that. Coach, we'll catch up with you in the final segment as we preview that game you alluded to against Chaska tomorrow, okay?
All right. Thanks, Josh.
All right, that's the head coach, Tim Carlson. Coming up next on the Players segment, we'll check in with Sam Wanzek and Isaac Schmidt. We're in Inside Jefferson football team. Is that better? Welcome back to Inside Jefferson football. The Jaguars play their final regular season game of the year tomorrow night against Chaska, 7 o'clock. You're going to watch it live on BEC-TV or head on out to Bloomington Stadium to catch that one in person. A couple of the seniors from the senior class join me now, Isaac Schmidt and Sam Wanzek. Thanks a lot, guys, for the time.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, of course.
Sam, let's start with you. Just a monster game for you receiving on Friday. 3 touchdowns, 7 catches for 79 yards. How did it feel to contribute in such a big way to your comeback effort?
Felt good. It was just like one of my highlights to score a touchdown. It's fun to score 3, but it was unfortunate that we couldn't come away with the W. But it's always like to do that instead of have like a big game individually.
Isaac, talk about your role on this year's team. You're kind of a newcomer to playing time this year, helping out on that offensive line. So how's the season been going for you?
Pretty good, especially these like last few games with the run game and our offensive line up front. We've been playing really well together, and I think we're just getting started.
Coach Carlson talked about that run game in the first segment. Isaac, what has been the key to the sustained success when you look at, obviously you need to have a nice running back like Roosevelt Cage, but at the same time he needs help from you guys up front to get all those yards. So how is the offensive line gelled together this year to pave the way for such big totals?
I think we all just have the mindset of like team first and doing everything for each other. That way we like never feel the need to shine ourselves, just to dig down and be able to get Rosie some yards and try and win some games.
Sam, I love your sweatshirt, by the way. Normally the stuff in the background, it's not usually all Jefferson stuff. It's usually maroon and gold stuff, but love the attire.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's like a question or whatever, but are you Gopher fan?
Nah, not really. I just follow them.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of any college team.
Sam, football is not your only sport, so talk about another sport you're hoping to play here in the not so distant future for Jefferson.
Basketball is my sport, but unfortunately they called it back, I think yesterday, to January. So that sucks, but hopefully in January they let us play.
Have you been working on that outside jumper, Sam? It was pretty lethal for you guys last year, that the 3-pointer, or has that been a little bit more difficult with the coronavirus?
No, I've been in the gym, but at least once a week. It's hard to get in there with football, and plus I'm not trying to get hurt, so I just go shoot and then leave. That's about it. So like 30 minutes a week, about.
We're looking forward to hopefully seeing some of those threes rain in, Sam, whenever the season happens. If it does, hopefully it does. Isaac, what about you? What is life for you like off the football field? What are some interests that you have? What are you usually doing when you're not practicing playing football?
I sometimes like to play basketball too. I used to play for Jefferson, but I don't anymore. And usually it's like whenever I get home, do some homework, play some video games, watch some TV, but that's about it.
Isaac, how have you handled COVID-19 this year? An unprecedented senior season. At least you're still playing football games, but everyone's now fully distance learning, basically at the high school level, or almost everybody, like Jefferson has been from the start of the academic year. But how is this year? How have you been able to handle this year?
It's been kind of difficult, like especially with school, because there's like certain things you can't do when you're in distance learning. But basically, it's just trying to do your best with what you have and trying to figure it out step by step.
Sam, I know you got hopefully a basketball season left, but looking ahead at the end of that high school experience, what are some options that you're looking for in terms of next year?
I'm not sure yet, really. I'm still deciding if I want to go to a 4-year or even a trade school. But if I go to a 4-year, I'll definitely look forward to either playing basketball or I'd enjoy playing football. But I don't know how much of a shot I have at that.
Well, if you keep putting up 3 touchdown games, Sam, I think your chances of playing at the college level is going to continue to go up. Isaac, how about you? What is life after high school look like at least what you know or what you're hoping to do for you?
Yeah, probably the same as Sam, just trying to figure out what I want to do after school, whether that is play sports at the next level or just go to school and figure out what I want to do.
All right, guys, we get to see you both at home at least one more time tomorrow. Rest up, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Bloomington Stadium, okay? Appreciate the time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
All right, that's Isaac Schmidt and Sam Wanzek on our players segment. Coming up on our final segment of Inside Jefferson Football, we'll check in with Tim Carlson and he'll preview That's the Hawks after the break on Inside Jefferson Football. Back on Inside Jefferson Football, regular season finale for Jefferson tomorrow. It's an early game, Wednesday game. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock at Bloomington Stadium. You can watch it live on BEC-TV or check it out in person as well. That is the head coach, Tim Carlson. Coach, just two outstanding young men as you bring on every week. And we've seen that this is, year 7 of this show. Sam and Isaac, they represent Jefferson well on and off the field, it seems.
Man, and as you said, it's and I've said this before, that it's just a treat for me to be able to go to work each day, work with guys like that. I get on them, I'll yell at those guys and others, but I think Isaac put it best. He says we're out there doing it for each other. And when you do that, when you put others first and take away that me, boy, the kids can develop a true love and caring for each other. We call it on the team, we call it the Mrs. Carlson rule, because I've heard this before where it's, I don't like you right now, but I love you. And that's what we tell the kids, you don't have to always like each other all the time, but we're going to love each other and care about each other. And I think Isaac kind of alluded to that, and you can see that in the kids we bring in week after week, that they truly do care about each other.
All right, let's talk about Chaska. You mentioned they're the defending state champs. They're 3-2 this year, so what usually a state tournament team the next year is not as strong as they were, but still they present a formidable challenge. As we'll take a look at some of their highlights in a blowout win they had against Apple Valley last week, a team that you also beat. They're obviously the power run game is what they like to do best.
Yeah, they use that fullback up close. They'll kind of kick out and help them lead around a little power play. They'll run what we'd call an ISO, just kind of the guard blocks in, tackle blocks out, and that fullback will lead up on the linebacker. We'll see that. My guess is a lot. We've seen it with Benilde and Chanhassen and Waconia and so on. So it's a different run game. Cooper is kind of the break in all of that. They run his own run game with different kind of running backs. But now we're kind of back to the power run that we're going to see. I think Chaska probably throws the ball more this year than they have in the past. But like you said, they're not as good as last year when they were a lot of seniors. But they're still, they're just really good. They're a well-run program, and they do a great job.
Yeah, I was just going to make that point. They are throwing the ball more this year, over 125 yards a game, and you'll see here against Apple Valley, they were able to find their way into the end zone via the pass.
Yeah, you'll see number 19 up top. He's kind of bigger with the road. That's good for motion. But 19 is tall, 19 receiver, also very athletic. So we're going to have to do a good job kind of disguising our coverage zone, mix in the zone and the man with him. And our defensive backs will have to be ready and play solid, because they do have, and get pressure. Obviously, when you're going to need to get pressure, or at least hands in his face, because you're right, they do throw the ball more and quite effectively.
And then they're not just a straight power run team. They're going to show different things at this time. Here they come with an option look here, Coach, maybe designed to force you to prepare for the option a little bit this week.
Yeah, they do it enough to kind of keep everybody honest. In the past, we've actually defended their option really well. I think last year when we played them, they ran it twice for negative yardage. And that's our outside linebackers are pretty well coached on defending the option, just kind of delay it. We want to delay that pitch for as long as we can, let help get there. And we did a good job the last couple of years, and we'll have to do it again because you're right. It's a completely different look. It's power, power, power. Then he keeps it and runs the option outside.
Let's talk about the senior class here, Coach. Obviously, you had your senior night, that first regular season game of the year, but it is the final home game for the senior class. Just talk a little bit about this class. Obviously, resiliency is a word I think a lot of coaches would use with everything they've gone through this year with the pandemic and distance learning. But what are some things that come to your mind when you think about the seniors this season?
Well, resilient is a great word. They've wanted to play so bad this year. And as we are going through the summer, they worked hard this summer. They took it upon themselves. We started working out in June. I don't know if technically we were really supposed to, but the kids broke themselves up into pods, and it was done by seniors and the leadership in that group in small pods of 10. And they started in June and kind of kept that going. And even, it was disappointing when we were told we couldn't play. We felt we were pretty ready for the season and we were excited for the season. And that's disappointing. What I give them credit for is how they responded to that disappointing news. It was, okay, well, we're going to be ready for the spring. And when you approach things with a positive attitude like that, and that was a kind of a big response from them. So when they switched back to fall, we were ready to go. Kids were ready. They were anxious. We've had good senior leadership, great job by our captains, who you've met on this show and so on. And being a captain isn't all about talking. It's also about doing. The other thing I would say about the other seniors is you don't have to have a C on your jersey to be a leader. So we have a lot of leaders on the team, and you don't need to be that captain to be a leader. And it's helped us. It's been a short, fast, crazy year, but we've played 5 pretty fun football games at this point, and hopefully tomorrow night we have another fun one.
Yeah, the fans have gotten their entertainment's worth in this COVID year watching the cardiac Jaguars. Coach, what is it going to be like to step out on that field, at least in the regular season for that final time tomorrow in a season that, a couple months ago we weren't sure was going to happen?
It's kind of it's to the point where I've been pretty outspoken. I'd love to see us be playing at Jefferson. I really would. I think it's made for it. I think it's best for the school. But I've been around that field for over 30 years, whether it be going to school at Lincoln and playing games there from Lincoln, and when I was at Jefferson and have my boys play there, which is a treat when you get to coach play and then have your kids play on that same field. Lincoln Stadium, it's special to me. So anytime it's that last time, it's sad. It's sad. And the kids, I think, feel that same way.
A follow-up on that one, Coach. Obviously, there's a little bit of snow here today. We thought there was going to be a lot more. Kennedy's game had to be moved a couple weeks ago as for snow, but I'm assuming unless there's a lot, more snow coming between now and tomorrow night, you're going to be able to play at Bloomington Stadium, correct?
As far as I know, that's the plan. That snow we got today, it was almost an icy field that really made the turf slicker. I think the grass would have actually been better to play on than the turf on a day like today because of the type of kind of that hard sleeting snow. So as of right now, we're planning on being at the stadium, but you guys over at BEC should be, always be ready.
We will be ready, and we're hoping it's at Bloomington, Sam. It's a lot easier for us, but certainly if something happens, we will do our best to pivot, as everyone seems to have done in this 2020 year. Coach, appreciate the time as always. Good luck tomorrow. Stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, that's the head coach, Tim Carlson, as the Jaguars close out the regular season tomorrow night against the Hawks, presumably at Bloomington Stadium. 7 o'clock, you can watch it live on BEC-TV. That'll wrap up another edition of Inside Jefferson Football. For our entire crew, Josh Powers saying good night from our virtual studio. Thanks, Paul. We'll see you tomorrow.